Thank you for inviting me here. This is my first time in Estonia, and I went out yesterday. I had a fantastic meal, and tonight I'm going to stay all night and take a look at it. I actually really love it so far. Estonian is very similar to my country, Iceland. The people are exactly the same. They don't say too much. They don't smile too much till they get maybe a little bit later in the evening. They don't ask too many questions. Not really. They're just calm people. Very like to. And then, but they're hardworking. So similar to Iceland. So I know you all have a company, most of you. And I saw on the poll that you had your own company or you are a branding person. So what I'm going to try to speak today about is challenges, ideas about how to create an idea from scratch, how you can try to do different things in your company. But it's more like a little bit different lecture that you have ever seen. Totally different. So if you want to yell in and ask questions anytime when I'm speaking, you can do so. But I'm not really sure you are going to do that, but maybe. So if you want to do it, just say, woo, hey, what about this? So it's a little bit like ping pong. So basically my name is Magnus Scheving. I basically was so lucky that I could play superhero during the day, and then I was CEO by night. Normally it's the other way around. You are running around as superhero in the night, but I was not. I used to try to run my company during the night, and then I was playing and filming for almost 26 years. And so I live in a very small town. It was 500 people lived in my town. It was 8 people in my class. So it's really small. It's really small. It's even in a smaller country called Iceland. And so it's only 330,000 people who live in Iceland. So it's quite interesting when you are creating a company, who are you going to sell it to? Who's going to buy anything you're going to make? So it's quite an interesting market. Yeah, I went on a mission very early to motivate families to make healthy lifestyle choices. This was my idea. I wanted basically to move kids, to move families, and even to move the world. So that was the idea. How can I really move the world? Can I have some impact? And so I created Lazy Town. And you don't know a lot about Lazy Town. Not really, so I'm not going to tell you too much, but there's a superhero called Sportagus. He moves like all kind of sounds, and he eats fruit and vegetables to get healthy. And there's a girl called Stephanie, and there's the laziest villain in the world whose name is Robin. And then you have all of the characters. It's basically those characters, most of them, like you have Siggy and Stinchy and all kind of guys. This is a one healthy human being, all of them together. You are Sportagus on your best day. When you wake up, I can do anything, I'm feeling good, ta-da, my company, ta-da. Next time, you are like Robbie Rocky. You're like, I cannot do this anymore. And a little bit like, and sometimes you're very positive. You say, maybe I can do this, maybe I can do this. Sometimes you're stingy. You say, no, this is mine, I own it, it's my parking place. Beep, 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 go. Sometimes you eat sweets all the time. You were like, I just love chocolate. I want to eat healthy, but I cannot eat all those foods. So you are all of those guys. This is you. So I believe that health is about balance. Is that you are all of those people. Nobody wants to be a superhero all day. No one. You don't want to get married to a superhero. It's boring. If anyone is like always perfect, it's like not real. And if everybody is really bad, it's not that good as well. You believe. But so you to be a mixture of all of those guys. So this is what I did. People ask me, you must be lazy because you create something called Lazy Town. You really must be lazy because you created this. You never sleep in the middle of the day? And I say, yes, but that's not lazy. If you sleep in the middle of the day, that's a common sense. That's good for you. That's even healthy. But if you are lazy when you basically say, I am not poor. I don't care about poor people. Or you say, I don't live in Iceland. I don't care about Iceland. Or you say, oh, I'm not old. I don't care about old people. I don't even have kids. I don't care about kids. You are lazy basically when you don't care. Then you are lazy. So basically, it's really important that you care about things. It's extremely important that you care about everything. I'm talking about everything. The streets, the houses, the people, the elderly, the young, the poor, anybody, employees, anybody, you should care about it. And that's why in my staff, no one was lazy in my staff. Nobody. So when people worked for me, there was 168 people. We used to do lazy town. No one in that group was lazy. None of them. I'm not saying they were always working, but they were not lazy. And there's a huge power to be lazy. There's so much power in it. And I don't know if you have ever been in a group, that one in the group, you say, let's walk on a mountain. Nah, I don't want to go. One group can take the whole thing down, boom. So if you have a great team, it takes only one person to kill the whole thing. And even in your family, even in whatever you do, even your friends, if they don't have something, if they're just lazy, they drag the whole thing down. So you have to be really careful how much power. I had a test in my company. I left a glass in the toilet with water in it. And if it was in the women's toilet, and it was still there at 5 o'clock, I knew I have to fire a woman who worked for me. If the glass was in the men's toilet, and it was still there at 5, I knew I have to fire a guy. Why? Because, think about it. Let's say that someone has a glass with water, need to go to the toilet, he goes to the toilet, put the glass there, and forget it, goes out. There's 100% sure someone else comes to the toilet like 2 minutes later, and there's a glass. And he knows that someone has got the glass. It's a mistake, but he don't take it. He goes out of the toilet and don't care. And then the next person comes in, and there's a glass. Instead of taking the glass and bring it to the kitchen and say, somebody forgot the glass, there's absolutely sure there is no one is going to go, let's say at 4 o'clock, oh, my glass of water, oh, it's in the toilet, I'm going to take it. Nobody's going to do that. So, everyone does a mistake, everybody. So, it's our job to pick them up. Pick them up, pick them up. If you have employees, you should pick them up. You should help them. So, the part of it is that you need the mentality in your company or around you that if somebody forgot the glass, you're going to take it to the kitchen. That's the job. So you want that kind of people around you. So if they don't take it, they should be fired. That was easy. So, in my mind, you should lean forward all the time. So I'm going to get a little help. I'm going to explain what I mean. You should always lean forward. Nobody want to do business with somebody who is sitting like this. You want to buy it, yes? But it's like, you don't want to do it. If you go to Japan, everybody's sitting like this. The whole meeting. And it's really difficult for people from Iceland, because after like 10 minutes we are like this, and then this, and we are all over the place. But they sit still like this, just sitting. So they do that because they want to show you that they lean forward. And you need in business to lean forward. And you can see it. If you're selling an idea, if you're selling anything, an idea, wood, whatever you're selling, that if you feel that the person is leaning forward, you believe it. You buy it. It's how you sell it. It's how I have this company, I have an idea, I need a loan. Bam! You're not like, I need a loan, and I want to be. You have to be forward. And that's what I'm going to show you. I need your help on it. Okay. So, let's say, for example, that you know you're going to lean forward. This is what's happening, so trust me. Okay, lean forward to me. So, this is a little more. Trust me. So, this is how you should be. You cannot, this is how you, when I look at you when you work for somebody or you are doing a company, anything you're doing, if I let him go, this is what's going to happen. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look. So basically, he goes forward. If he stays here, he's not going anywhere. If he leans backwards, he's going to go back. So that basically, if he knows where he's going, if he knows he's going this way, he is going to end that way. That's what's going to happen. Because he leans forward. You cannot go anywhere. Even if he crawl on his hands, he would go this way. But if he's always like a woman, especially, they don't take the risk. They are normally in the middle. They are normally here. They're like, oh, we have to think about it. No, maybe, no. Yeah, yes, maybe. Yeah, think about it a little bit better. No, we don't want to do. We don't want to be embarrassed. We don't want to do this. Men are normally more simple. They normally lean forward. Yes, go. They do it. So that's why more men are in top executives than women. It's because they people think they're better. They come in, yes, we can do it. And I've seen so many men who work for me, they cannot do it. Women can do it much better, but they don't say it. That's really interesting. So lean forward, thank you very much. So lean forward all the time. Lean forward. So, then, can you do this for me? Can you do this? Everybody, lift up your hands. Okay, like that. Okay. So basically when you're doing anything, you basically have to practice. Otherwise you cannot do it. This is this is simple, but it's like up and down. Can you take the other hand? Can you make a set? Like a Z, like this, like that. Okay? Can you do both at the same time? It's a little bit difficult, yes? It's like, so, it's not because we are not good that we cannot do it. It's because we have to practice, okay? So maybe when I meet you tomorrow or next day, or you show me, hey Magnus, look, it's easy. But because you have practiced a little bit. So everybody who's doing something, they need to make a mistake. You have to do that. So basically practice again and again and again. That's the job. So, but the reason why I'm telling you this, because the world needs new ideas. We basically need it. We need to come up with new ideas to help the world to be better, or help businesses, or save the planet. Or there's so many things that we have to do right now. And with young generation, or anybody who wants to come up with something, we have to help them to basically, they can practice without being told you're going down if you fail. And my question would be, what is a great idea? If we need a great idea, what is, if I come to you and here's a great idea, how do you know it's a great idea? How would you measure it? How would you say, this is a great idea? What would that be? If people feel passionate about it, click. If you make a lot of money, this is a great idea, I make a lot of money, click. Yeah, it could be possible. Useful, if somebody can use it, or it's a great idea. If it's so great job that you only have to work 1 day a week, it's a great idea. It's like, what will that be? Change the world, whatever. In my mind, great idea is when anything is possible. So let's say, for example, if I would come up with the idea love, what about if everyone can love? And you would say, what is that? It's just, you cannot explain it. It's like, it's everything. And what about humor? Think about if people could laugh. Maybe Iceland needs a little bit more humor. Maybe it's possible. And you say, what about humor? You cannot explain it. What about freedom? What about freedom? That's a great idea. What is it? Explain it to me. You can't. Because freedom is, anything is possible. Because if you say, what about freedom to be naked? Okay, that too, but yes. So basically, the idea of great idea, if anything is possible, in my mind. So in the wood business, is anything possible? Yes, it is. Almost. So, there needs to be a gap in the market. Otherwise it's difficult. If you're trying to sell something, if you're an idea right now, and there's no gap in the market, it's difficult. It needs to be a gap. There was a guy in Norway who found the cheese slider, like to make the cheese, to cut the cheese. It's a Norwegian guy. And think about you in your home trying to cut the cheese is a problem. He comes up with an idea. Aha, look, doing, everybody buys it. So it's a gap in the market. So you have to look for the gap. Business ideas often come from demand. Most of the business, it's a gap in the market, and it's happening because I need something, and then it happens. And so people, they don't really bring something, like for example, they don't change industries. It's not like Apple changed the industries, or somebody really changing how we do business. So in this one, it comes as a demand. So for example, it's a lot of sun, it's really warm. you say, we need hats. And that's going to happen. And then people start to be invented. They say, okay, in my country, everybody loves that kind of hat. And then that kind of hat. And then different hats. And they're totally different. So they come with ideas because of demand. They never give up what's important because, like, for example, U2, they said, 1979, they said, this is not a good band, we don't need you. Or, this person was fired, you're not very good in TV at all. And then somebody asked this lady, and she tried to sell a book who was 500 pages. And people said, kids are not going to read 500 pages. And he said, yes. No, nobody wants to buy it. And it's Harry Potter. So, even if you have a job, and you have an idea, and people tell you it's not doable, it's not plausible, you're like, but don't be stupid. Don't be like, yes it is, and it's totally like a crazy idea. But find the gap. Find the gap. Where can you sell it? You also have to now, and this is what I really want to tell you, you have to smile. And it's extremely important. You should basically sit all day like this. And why? Because now there's a massive change happening in the world. And never been better. You should be like, yes. And what I'm talking about is that access to information, to anything, data, market, news, entertainment, to people, any information, it's so quick. You can get all this knowledge in a second. Before you have to go on an open boat like Vikings for months. And maybe you didn't make it back. You can go like, click, 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 boom, you got it. So this access is so important that it can change everything. In my little town, there was only 4 girls in my class. So if you want to get married, there were only 4. If they said no, there's no one else. So you have to go maybe to next town or whatever. But in this case, you can get, maybe in a lunch break, you meet a girl in Hong Kong. And go, oh, I love you, let's meet. Duke. It's unbelievable. It changed your life. Access to people's opinions is the next thing. It's like what people think. Not what you are telling about the woods or anything. It's just access to opinions. Like Uber, Airbnb. They're telling like you rent an apartment, you tell what's wrong with it, and they tell what's wrong with you. You get a taxi and you give them points, and they give you points if you're a bad client or not. That's how it is. So it's going to be lived like that. They're going to tell you anything about your product. So think about how this can change countries. Think about what's happening in China when this is free. Think of what's happening with a country like Egypt. It went down, like your social media, bam, went down. So I want you to take out your phone. Can you put a picture on it? Take out your phone. Put a photo. Are you ready? Do you have your phone? Okay. Take out your phone. Take a photo. Ta-da! Okay, stand up one leg, okay? It looks more impressive. Okay? So take your phone and give that phone to the next person next to you on the left, right now. Give it to the person next to you. Give me the phone, please, right now. And you take the phone and give it to the person in the back, right now, in the back. Right on. No, stop it. Stop it. Okay, bring the phone back, please. So, do you feel how uncomfortable you felt? This is your whole life, and you're taking that, your whole life. You're taking it to another person and say, here it is, and you're going to take it somewhere. You didn't like it at all. So it's interesting how all this gadget here is changing everything you're doing. It's changing everything. But you would take your kids to kindergarten schools. Okay, bye. You don't even look back. So the thing is here is that it's changing the world. This is, for example, 2005 and 2013. So it's totally different. Just like how the media, the speed of information is going crazy. It's going like that. So normally it's people want their way right away. They want customization, on demand, delivery 24 hours, open, the bank can never be closed, everything like that. It's not like normal, like the shop is closed. It's customization, app, even you make your own things, playlist, Burberry and Nike, you can even create your own shoe. Even if you're not a designer, They have to let you make the shoe. You can do it online. And they hate it because you are awful, maybe. And they say, oh, it's a Nike shoe. And it's like, oh, shit, it looks awful. But they need to do it because people want us. So if the business is going in one direction, there's a good news for you. If everything is moving in one direction, there's always possibilities on the other side. Always. So let's say everything goes into one gadget, everything would go into that gadget, everybody's selling this and you buy it, buy it, buy it. There's a huge business to recycle this. You can go on the other end and make a fantastic business to recycle it. Or power intense industries, you can go green in it. So maybe there's a lot of space in Estonia about green energy. Or if everybody is sending information to this and 99.9% is here, maybe open up a restaurant like this. There's always possibilities on the other side. So look now of your idea, what is happening on the other side. You need to be in top 3. If you have an idea, you need to be in top 3. Whatever idea you have, you need to be in top 3. Wood, anything, we want to be in top 3. And when I say that, Lazy Town was number 1 in the world about health for children. We could go and say we are number 1 in the world. I could say it. Why? It's not because we are the best in it. There was nobody else. There was no one else. So we could say that we are number 1. So I think it's important, if you find where is your company, you are maybe best to make wood for floors who are special ways to make it down, the quality and everything. That's why you're number 1 in that in the world. So you have to make your niche where you are. Need confidence. You need to lean forward and have confidence with anything you're doing. I'm not talking about likes. I'm not saying, I'm going to the gym, and everybody, your friends say, like, but you never go to the gym. I'm going out for a run, and oh, yeah, yes, and then you never go. I'm not talking about that confidence. I'm talking about different confidence. Because people have found out that people on Facebook are more unhappy than people who are not on Facebook. People are so unhappy who are on Facebook, but people who are not on Facebook, they're happy. Why? Because when you're on Facebook, you get photos of people doing all kinds of things. I'm baking a cake, I'm on the beach, click, I'm making a company, click, and you're at home doing nothing. You're looking like, everybody's doing something, but I'm home doing nothing. But the reality is that those people are maybe baking a cake and doing nothing. And next time, I'm on the beach, but I'm doing nothing. It's the same. So basically, if you think there's any people out there that are better than you, it's not the truth. If you think there's anyone like a guru, he knows it all, they are so good in this company, it's not true. I've met so many stupid people. So even running a business or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's not about that. And so you are not clever to do all of that. So my idea was health. I thought, okay, 20 years ago or 26 years ago, I said, okay, I'm going to do health. I realized 20 years ago there was no entertainment brand dedicated to kids' health in the world. There was none. There was nothing. There was like a Popeye, Popeye, spinach. But he smoked and hit people. Maybe it's not a good role model. So, role model and lifestyle for kids, there was nothing. And I thought it was going to be really easy. I thought like, everybody understands health. This is easy. The only thing I have to do is just to Lazy Town is about health, and then everybody would get it. And if I write it up, that would be really easy. There's like, bam, I make a big poster, ta-da, Lazy Town, everybody will get it. But even if people read it, it doesn't say Paris in the spring. Even if in your mind it says, Paris in the spring, it's not that. It says Paris in their spring. So even if you are reading it, you still don't get it. So even if it's big, we don't get it. So the thing is that if you think that people understand your company, whatever idea you're doing, they do not. And you think, I've told this so many times, you have to tell it billions of times. And if you think about it, if I explain football, this is normally, I explain something, this is how business is done. You explain it, this is football, ding, 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 punto, finito. Put it on TV, everybody loves it. you sell the business. So you explain it, you show it, you sell it. That's the business. 99% of business. Explain it, show it, sell it. Explain the wood, this is how the wood works, da 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 da. We show the wood, look, the material, but we sell it. This is what it is. With health, it was totally different. And I realized, if I change health, football into health, and I ask you, what is a healthy person? Let's write that down. What is health? And we start to write it down. And we would say, okay, this is healthy, blah, 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 boom. But it's not finished. We think that finito, putto, finished, but it's not. What happened is that suddenly, it's also healthy to walk to work. Okay, we write that down. Healthy to walk to work. Finished? No, 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 no. It's also healthy to swim to work. Swim to work. Who swim to work? Bangladesh? Okay. And you have to write it down. So, to make it worse, I couldn't even put it on TV because kids would not understand it. If you put health for kids and you say, you have to eat this apple, the kid is going to look at you. What do you mean? If you eat this apple, you're going to be healthy when you're 21. And kids look at you, I'm never going to be 21. I mean, they don't even know there's a weekend is coming up. They have no idea. They're like, oh, what? I don't get it. So you couldn't even explain it to them that this is good for you. So, and you could, what is the business? What am I selling? If I'm doing something with kids that have to eat fruit and vegetables, I'm not a farmer. I'm not selling fruit and vegetables. So I'm not getting in. So that was the challenge. How can I do that? So I couldn't explain it. I was not allowed to show it. That's what I'm going to try to sell. This is what I loved about the idea. How is it possible? So I'm going to show you. You have a paper in front of you here. Take the paper for me, like this. You have a paper. I'm going to show you how difficult it is to have an idea. How difficult to explain an idea. Just show you that, okay? We're going to do a little test. No one is going to fail, don't worry. So don't worry, there's nobody going. Can you hold the paper like this? Okay? And nobody failed in this test. This is a good test, okay? So I want you to do one thing. I'm going to give you 5 directions. 5. I'm going to tell it. And you're going to do it. But you cannot open your eyes. We're going to have the eyes closed when we're doing it, okay? If you open your eyes, 500 push-ups here, okay? Are you ready? 5. Close your eyes, and you just do it. Are you ready? Close your eyes. Are you ready? Yes or no? Yes? Okay? Yeah. And fold the paper in half. Don't open your eyes. Turn it to the left. Rip the left corner off. Fold it in half and rip the center off. Okay? Open your eyes. No one has the same paper. Nobody. Let me see it. No one in the room has the same paper. Nobody. If you have the same, you should get married. No one has the same. Nobody. Let me see it. There's no one who has the same. Is anyone with the same? No. Okay. It's not because you are bad. It's not because we're not good at it. No. It's because my directions was really, really bad. But I said, fold it in half. Turn it 180 to the left. There, take the left corner off. Fold it in half and take the center off. I said it all, but nobody understood. So when you think for 1 second that anybody understands you, they don't. So I want you to take this paper and put it in your office on a frame, and when you're talking to your wife or your boyfriend, they don't understand you. And your kids, they don't really understand you at all. And if you have an idea, I have this great idea about company, nobody gets it. So your job is basically to do this. This is your job. This is the underground of London. This is the reality of the underground of London. If you take a photo of underground of London, this is it. Think about this. You would be, I'm going to take the underground, I don't know where to go, it's a mess. One person was 70 years old, he created this. A map of the underground. It saves billions for the company. So your job is to basically to create this. So even if you want to go from here to here, you can do it. Or you can do the whole thing. So if you want to buy a wood, just a little bit, or you want to buy the whole thing. So your job in your company is to create that map. That's the job of your idea. To explain it so people get it. So I researched Lazy Town almost for 10 years before I did it. 52 countries I went, 3,000 live events to test Lazy Town before I made it. Just to try to explain it. I basically wrote a book, 1905, live show, music, games, radio station, retail, increased sales of fruit and vegetables 22%, did marathon for the kids. Obesity over Iceland went down 1996, and I was in my home watching TV, and the health minister came, and they said, why did it go down? And the health minister said, because of Lazy Town. And I jumped up, yes! No, I was doing push-up watching TV, I was not in the sofa, but anyway. Then I asked him to write it down. I said, can you write it down for me on Monday? And then the president wrote it down, how much impact it has on the country. So basically, we knew we had an idea when we did this. We went for the world, we created, or we said we're going to start up TV. And we raised for $80 million to do it. And then we built a studio. We filmed Lazy Town in Iceland. And went around the world, 172 countries, and 500 million homes. And we got a BAFTA award, an Emmy award, and a lot of things. So it went as a great success. The challenge was that each generation now who lives used to be healthier, and the next generation more healthy, more healthy. But now, first time in history, our kids are maybe going to die before we die. So kids are basically living sicker and dying younger. This is possible because of the food. Because the food is going to be a new tobacco companies. The lawsuit in the United States are going to be about food. So the next industry, well, if you have an idea or don't know what to do, go into food business. Think about that. That's a huge industry. Because 500 people obese in the world, are going to be 700 million, 155 million kids worldwide. What are we up against? Yes, kids are eating all kind of junk. Parents don't know what to buy. They don't understand it. And the market is full of messages that nobody understands. Nobody understands it. I'm supposed to be an expert. I cannot even read it. I'm like, what does it mean? And so I'm going to show you. Every single kids brand on TV is on junk. Every single one. And we said the Lazy Town, we don't want to do it. And they try to kill you every day. All those companies, they try to kill you, close you down. Anything they could do. Because this is what kids get. And for parents, how can they really fight this? It's not even possible. And I'm going to show you. If you turn off the lights a little bit, we're going to show you a video. Here's a shop that we went in to ask somebody to buy healthy food. In 3 minutes, you can fill the basket with healthy food. And in sound, you have a sound on it. And we ask you to go in and really buy something. And so she started to do it. Is there any sound on it? Maybe, okay. And first was not a problem. It was fruit and vegetables were no problem at all. She could really do it. And then she was trying to start to struggle after almost a minute. She was running around trying to buy something healthy because we said, if it's something unhealthy, you cannot. It was only salt. And we said, why are you buying salt? And we came to her and said, okay, it was even something unhealthy. She couldn't do it. So we said, let's do it one more time. Do we get a sound on the guy, or should I stop? Or no, okay. So we asked her, do it blindfolded. Now you are only going to shop unhealthy. You have to fill the basket with unhealthy stuff. And she went randomly, just took something. Just like went and took that. But we had a nutrition who would go through the basket to see. Sometimes she couldn't even, like when we were there, it was really funny. She couldn't even find the basket. She had a problem. Like, where is the basket? She was like, where is it? And after 38 seconds, it was full. She had left 38 seconds even. She had plenty of time. But we saw, with your eyes open, you cannot fill the basket. with your eyes closed, you can feel it. This is a reality. So the challenge is that, why is it? Is because the retailers are stupid? No, because they want you to buy this stuff. They want to kill you. The doctors love it. The business loves it. The industry of drugs or anything, they love it. They want you to be unhealthy. That's what they want. So there is the opportunity on the other end. We basically, Lazy Town, called sports candy, because kids eat sports candy. They don't eat fruit and vegetables. They eat sports candy around the world. So people said to me, you can easily do this in Iceland because there's so few people. You just call them. I said, can you buy it? Because there's so few people. And we said, okay, let's try it in England. And we went with Asta. We will increase sales 28% in the stores. And then we did it again, 41%. And then people said, try it in Mexico. The obesity in Mexico is the highest amongst kids in the world. And we said, okay, let's try it. And we thought it would go with 3 to 5%, but we increased to 29. And it was like, it's the highest export from the US to Mexico in 7 years of fruit and vegetables, because they bring fruit and vegetables from the United States, of apples and pears and everything. So it's quite interesting. But Lazy Town didn't get one money for this, because we are not a farmer. We are not selling fruit and vegetables. So, and even we were like, this is like a Mexican sport. It was young and more nice. They kick the old one out. Like that. So, Lazy Town lead by examples. Wherever I go, kids bring me fruit and vegetables. Wherever I go, they bring whatever, anywhere I'm in the world. They show me movement and jump up and down and all kinds of things, and it's fantastic. Because, and you have to mean it. You have to lean forward. When you are in this costume, I could easily hire somebody else to do it, but I didn't want to, because I wanted to see when you're next to a kid, they can see it in your eyes if you mean it or not. And when you are asking for money for your company, you're asking for an idea. People can see it. They can feel it. So when you are selling it, you have to believe it. You basically have to lean forward. It was almost 20 years ago. We were right at the wrong time, because when we explained it, it was difficult. People didn't get it. But now we are right at the right time. So now governments are coming to us and asking, okay, how to turn health into a game? David Cameron came, how can we try to England, and Colombia, Germany, Italy, Philip Calderon, Mexico, Spain, and Chile, and even the White House. And I was almost kicked out of the White House because I was doing jump and knocked down the chandelier. Almost get out of the house. And it was quite interesting. So now, how to execute an idea? How would you execute an idea? How would you do it? You need to be 1% genius, which you are, and then 99% hard work. That's what it is. It's basically hard work. And then you need a good team around you. Would you say you have a good team around you in the company? If you look around in your company, around you, would you say you have a good team? Basically, you need that. Research says 4 in 5 are not enthusiastic about it. The goal. If you say, we are going this way, 4 of them are like, I don't care. They say that 63%, they don't even know it. They don't even know where you're going. You remember the paper? You try to explain, we are going to try to do this. And they are like, hey, with a total different paper. And 90%, they say, whoa, we are not comfortable for this. This is your and our rule. And let's do it simple so people get it. Football, you understand football? So, 7 guys would not know which goal they are playing. Think about it, we were looking at a game and they were like, where is the goal? You would say, this is something strong with this, strange with this company. 9 of 11, they would not care. They were like, I don't care. And 9 of 11, you know, with the position they're playing. So, if you have a team, this guy, the coach, what is he yelling? The guy was here. You have a great team. What is he yelling? You're the boss. What is the boss yelling? Think about Messi playing. Think about Messi who's with the ball. He's coming, he's going to hit. And there's a guy yelling at Messi. Wow! Messi just stop and say, hey, why don't you come in and try to do the goal? Why wouldn't you say that? What is this guy yelling? So if you're a boss in a company, what do you think he's yelling? He's yelling, focus. Focus on what? Focus on this, what we are doing. Again and again and again. Yes, you remember, we're going to do that, we're going to do this, blah, blah, blah. This is what we are doing. Fold the paper in half, turn it 180, fold it to the left. This is what he's saying all the time. And then, this is what you're trying to do, this is your vision, it's going to start like this. You say, I'm going to do that. If you don't explain it, maybe you're going to end up with this. And if you say, okay, let's try it. This is the vision, this is the first year. Second year, maybe like that. Third year, fifth year, maybe after 20 years, it's like this. So you have to be patient. You cannot yell at your people and say, no, it's not correct. Nobody's going to work for you. So, this is what I saw, this is what I got in the beginning. This is what I saw, this is what I got. And then I was like, okay, what about Sporagouche? I need something, I go to a guy who can draw and say, I need a healthy guy who can run and jump. And he said, oh, I got it. No, it's not that guy. I need a little bit more, change it a little bit. Yes, he changed it. No, he needs to be more slank. What? And then he ends up, finally. It takes an enormous amount of time. So most common understanding is misunderstanding. This is the challenge. So I'm going to tell you one thing. To avoid mistakes, I'm going to help you now. I'm not allowed to tell this story, but I'm going to do it very quickly. It can help you, save you millions of dollars. Okay? Be more specific. If you really want to be good at something, be more specific. Ask again and again. Ask again and again. Be more specific. So if you say, I'm going to be fit in January, be more specific. Okay, I'm going to train 3 times a week, be more specific. Okay, I'm going to try Monday and Friday and Saturday, be more specific. I'm going to be 20 minutes, be more specific. I'm going to lift this and that and this and that. You can ask 200 times to get the plan. So if somebody comes to you and say, we're going to do this, hey, be more specific. Again and again. Yeah, we're going to stand in both legs, we're going to go down, we're going to... You can explain it a lot. So, here's 2 guys on an island. And they are stranded. One Icelandic guy and one from Africa. And there's one tree. Only one. They have only one tree, that's it. And they start to stay there. And suddenly for 3 months they are alone. And they're like, start to talk about the women. And they're like, oh, wow, think about the woman. The hair, the eyes, the neck, the lips, the nose, the eyes, the roof, and they speak about it. And if they would be rescued, they would understand each other. They would go to Iceland. This guy would say, I met this guy from Africa. We are exactly the same. We spoke about the women, and exactly the same. And we understand each other. If they're not rescued, they will still stay on the island. They would say, we have to cut a tree. Cut out of the tree a woman. Yes, cut a woman out of the tree. We need to do it. So the guy from Africa says, I'm going to do it, and you wait. The Icelandic guy waits for 3 years. Are you finished? Are you finished? Are you finished? No, he's not yet. And then he's finished, bam! He turn around, boom! They only have one opportunity, one tree. This is all your money. This is all your company. You invested 20 years in it. And the tree, bam! Woof! He has a neck with like a lot of hair. Maybe rings here, the breasts are here, and the hips are maybe here, or it's too thin. It's like, no. And you say, no, this is not the woman I was talking about. So they couldn't be further away apart. They think they are, but they are not. So, how to avoid this is that if they would have references, if they would have a picture of Pamela Anderson, they say, oh no, it's not Pamela Anderson. Oh, it's not Naomi Campbell. Okay, it's more Sophia Loren. Ah, the tree will be similar to Sophia Loren. So if you are doing anything, anything you're doing, you would ask a references of, show me what kind of wood, similar to what. So if you have any idea, if anyone has a company, who has a company? You have an idea? What are you selling? Who are thinking so? Health. Okay. Could you explain it to anybody? Try it. Okay. So you would try to, do you have references for what you're going to do? like any, you could show anyone, this is like similar to something. Okay. The thing is, like, it's really important. If you can show something, anything you can show. Like, this is like similar to that, this, that, but we're going to try to change it into a certain way that would help you in anything you're doing. To explain it, to sell it, to anything. Anything you can have a reference for. Like, this is how we want to have it. We want to have it really quickly when you come. Or quickly like that. Or you want to have it really slowly. Or you want to have caring. Or you want not. Whatever you need, you would have to show it. Similar to what? Is anyone who has some other company? Any idea? Is anyone with the idea that they haven't executed? I really want to do something. Anybody? Okay. So you can go in online and get information. Okay. Right. But then you have to think about, if I'm an investor, you would show me it's going to be similar to something, or better than that, or different. It's not going to be this. We're not going to do like that, because that helps people a lot. So, don't be afraid of mistakes. You do a lot of mistakes, that's okay. You need 10,000 hours to be good at something, at least. And then, when you are creating your idea, be happy. When you sell it, you think like, first year, yes, 20%, even if it's bad. You want to buy it? No, 40%. You want to buy it? No, 60%. And they say, you want to buy it? No, 80%. And then you sell it. So don't think about failure as like, think about it, yes, each time. And here's my last point. As an entrepreneur, my advice to you will be this. You have to know why you're doing it. Whatever it is. Maybe why because I want to make money. Maybe it's why because I want to change the world. Whatever it is. You need to know why you're doing it. You really need to know why. You need strong vision. This is what we want. You need to pick the right team. It's really important. A team that you like. Communicate that everybody understands. Try to have it that you will be easy. And the best thing in my mind, if you would have deaf people in your room, and they will get it. That would be the best. If you can explain it, just showing it, and they get it. That's always the best. So, fill a gap in the market, you need that. You need to have failure can be a success, so learn from your mistakes, and register everything. So any idea you're getting right now, register immediately. Immediately. Anything you have, like let's say you're going to create, is anyone in creative business, like is someone making design for you, or drawings, or anything? Immediately ask them to sign a paper that you own the photo, own anything they do. Because that's what you're going to sell. And that if you don't have done it, especially about creative stuff. So define profit. You're going to find what is a profit. In my mind, profit is when everyone wins. That would be fantastic. So if we sell fruit and vegetables, Ladytown is happy, farmers are happy, retailers are happy, government is happy, parents are happy, and kids are happy. Whoa, that's profit for me. I could easily sold Ladytown to McDonald's, but we did. And you know to when to stop. I said when I was going to be 50, I was going to stop. That's the time I'm going to go off. And sold it to Turner. Ladytown is now part of Turner. It's going to 170 countries, and I don't know what they're going to do with it. I have no idea. And so I want you to do one thing. I want you to look at the person next to you. Say hello to the person. Say hello, what's your name? Say hello, what's your name to the person next to you. Say hello, what's your name? Even if you know his name, doesn't matter. Okay, say you are number one and the other person number two. Pick who's not going to be number one or two. Say you are number one and I'm going to be number two, whatever. Okay? Who is person number one? Let me see you. Person number one. Everybody was number one. Do this with your fist. Close it. Take it down. The person number 2 is going to open it. Okay, so I want you to open it. So I'm going to get you, I want you, can you come? Come and see me, please. Okay, so what's your name? Katrin? Okay, so you stay here. You're going to close your hand. Okay, I'm going to try to open it, okay? So, you're going to hold it. You get 10 seconds. Everybody ready? 10 seconds to open it. So, close. Number 1, close the hand. And number 2 is going to open it. Can you do it? You have 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, open it. Come on, open it. Push it. Come on, do it. 9, 8, 7, 6. Come on, 4. And stop. Okay. Most people will do this. They will start to do this. And they will start to struggle immediately. But here I'm going to show you. Can you open it? See how easy it was. So it's about it's about communication. So we always think, because we are doing difficult business, but we have to struggle. We have to fight it, but it's not. Maybe we can just communicate. Hey, can you open it? And then it's open. So try that first. Thank you very much. Thank you. And so try that first. I'm not sure. Er ég með klikk leikurinn aftur? Ég ekki viss hvað það heyrist eitthvað. You have to love what you do, guys, and have fun. I'm going to try one thing. There is a soundtrack in the end. Do I have a sound? Do you know it? Yes? Okay, let's try it. Let me see. Can you make louder for me? Much more volume? A little bit more? More. Thank you. Okay? Everybody stand up, please. Okay? So, everybody stand up. Okay? We're going to do one thing in the end. And I'm going to see. I'm going to play it again. Can you play it again when I tell you? Is that okay? When I tell you, can you? Yes, when I tell you. Okay. Can you do this, guys? Can you do the other hand? And then up. And one clap. Just a little bit like this. Okay? Jump a little bit this way. Doink. The other way. Doink. And a superhero pose. Okay, are you ready to try this? Okay, music. Thank you. Loud. And muscle. Up. Clap. Run. Jump. Superhero pose. Okay, ready to do it faster? Okay. Muscle. Up. Clap. Run. Jump. Superhero pose. Boom. Okay, now you're ready. So basically, I hope you have a fantastic day. Any questions? We're going to take now a few questions for 5 minutes. And thank you very much for listening. And I hope you have some questions, so please ask. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Magnus. So we do actually have a question. Okay. Are we going to put it up on the screen, or how does it come?
I'm going to lay back. No.
Ja. Nii. Kuidas meil küsimustega on? Saalis. Selge. Hanna.
Yes. There's a good question. Why did I want to do lazy time? There was two things why for me. Why? Because I wanted to try. Can I do something that I thought was not doable? That's what I loved about it. How can I explain health for kids around the world who don't get it? How can I make entertainment about health and they will not realize they're actually moving? So when that was part of it, can I really do that? The second one that I cared about it. Basically, I really cared about it. I really want to make kids healthy. And I don't know exactly where that comes from, but that's what drove me for many, many years. And I just wanted to do it. And I think health is important for everyone. I think everybody who gets sick know that they want to get healthy. And I think if we can help kids who start young, and I believe if you start really young, that will stick with you for life. I call it the 7 years of you learn how to walk, talk, everything for the first 7 years. So I think it's important to do it then. It's too late to start when you're 7. And when you're 12, it's already too late. So that's why I want to do it. That's what's right for me. And it came from my father was a teacher, and my mother was in kindergarten school, and I think I was brought up with it. So that's what I want to do. That's why I just wanted.
Another question?
Let's say I'm an investor and I like the concept of lazy town.
Thank you.
I presume we can manage to run to finance of Tallin, and I would like to bring this up to the board. So the first most difficult question is where the money comes.
That's a very good question. We raised the money to do. We sold TV. TV was sold around the world. We did live events. A lot of live events, even sold more tickets than U2 in Mexico. And that's where the money comes from. But it's not enough. It's basically not enough to really... Lazy Town, my mistake was that Lazy Town should have been a non-profit organization. That's what Lazy Town should have been. Because Lazy Town is a little bit like we give it. It was not done for profit. Not really, because if we want to go, like for example, if you would say, I want to take it here, I would say to you, take it, it's yours. That's what I would do. And we did a lot of that. But it was not like, so I wish that we had made either a fruit or vegetables farm, and then just make it like Lazy Town would should be sustainable, like that. But because the kids' business is about, you have a TV, and they will sell licensing. So if this is a glass, they put the logo on the glass, because the glass is so bad, you cannot sell it. And that's why they put a logo on it, and then maybe somebody would buy it. So it's not that good business, and I didn't want to do it, because I felt like, I cannot sell kids plastic shit. I don't want to do it. And they came, you have to get more money. I said, I don't. And that's the challenge. That was the biggest challenge for me. Where is the money? Where exactly? And it should be a non-profit organization, then it will be much easier. Because you need to sell. I could have done it easily. Go to McDonald's, be an icon for, instead of Ronald McDonald, it would be sports. Could. But I didn't want to do it. One last question here.
We'll continue with the question from the investor. Today we know that many cartoons actually earn most of the money not from the cartoon itself, but from selling different toys and different brands and stuff.
Yeah.
Have you ever considered, I understand the concept is a non-profitable organization, but everybody understands that money is also useful if you can use it somewhere helpful. So have you ever considered of making up a toy series of the characters from the Lazy Town, or maybe having some branded vegetables, branded fruit, by just having a sticker on top of that, motivate kids to just choose this branding?
We have done a lot of that. Thank you for the question. We have done a lot of those kind of things. And the challenge here is a little bit like this. If you have an idea about for kids, about health, there are only, how many people in Estonia, how many no's would I get to be a bit out of business? So let's say you need to go on the TV. How many TV stations is it about kids in Estonia? 2. There are 2. So you get 2 no's, and then you're out of business. So if you go to Estonia, you want it? No. You want it? No. You're out. So there is no business, but you're more out than this. You get on 2, 3 in the United States, 2 in China, 4 in UK. So maybe there are 90 no's, and then you're out of business. So when you get on TV, and they start to show it, the clock starts tick, click, 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 and then you need the product. But you cannot get the product if you're not on TV. So it's a little bit problematic. But when you get the product, there are only 3 in the world who make toys. Hasbro, Mattel, and some few companies, Bandai, few companies, they're very few. But they don't want to make that they are not selling max. And the more junk they can sell, that's the company sign up. So you have to make the choice by yourself. But then you have to educate parents. And when you are 20 years ahead of time, and you're telling people, hey guys, this is good for your kids, still you see parents go and buy shit for the kids. And you think sometimes, whoa, okay, it's gonna take a few times. It's a little bit like to tell, so you're a little bit on the wrong time. I would think in 40 years, 30 years, late numbers are gonna be like common sense. It's gonna be, of course, my kids are gonna watch this program. But it's not happening. So that's why, in my mind, I thought, okay, it's going to take 2 generations, or 3, or 4. But we have done most of the job, and we have laid all the work for it. So it's ready to go. But it's not, because a retailer, they don't want to sell healthy for kids necessarily. They make less profit. Government don't want to do it. We went around the world, spoke to government, and all the government want it. All the politicians want the photo. All of them. We want the photo. Always. But did they want to do it in the end? No. Why? Because if they would go and say, in Estonia, okay, everyone is going to eat healthy. We're going to have increased sugar taxes. Or we're going to do that and that. It's going to be less jobs. Because people are manufacturing a lot of shit. So it's a chance. So, but it's going to happen. So we have all that ready to go, but it takes time. It takes really, and we made quite a lot to make it profitable. And Lazy Town is going to be for 100 years to come. That's what's going to happen. So, but I'm not going to live it.
Okay, thank you very much. Will you hang around until the break?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. So if there's any other questions from anybody here, you can grab him at the break. And I will be taking a photo with him at the break for my children. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you.